God is testing you, not attacking you. Biblical secret revealed. When a problem is just a test and not an attack. What if I told you not every battle in your life is from witches, enemies, or evil forces? What if the delay, the pain, the rejection is actually God testing you for something greater? Many people are fighting battles they were meant to pass, not to destroy. And because they lack discernment, they turn a divine test into a spiritual war and delay their own breakthrough. Do you know that before God will actually deliver something great, something special to you, you must be tested? And as this month is a month of manifestation activated yield. Before you manifest that great destiny, that great thing you are believing God for, be sure that you have to pass through a test and you must pass it. And that's why today you will know the difference when God is testing you and when it is an attack from the enemy, because there are mysteries in the spirit realm most people don't understand. The Bible said in 1 Peter 1 verse 7, the trial of your faith being much more precious than gold. This means some problems are not attacks, they are divine examinations. If you fail the test, you repeat the cycle. If you pass it, you rise to the next level. So if only you follow me to the end of today's video, I'll be discussing with you how to discern test or attack and how you are going to pass it, and spiritual remedies you will put on in order to make it easy for you. But before then, please give this video a powerful thumbs up. If this is the very first time you're finding yourself in this family, you're highly welcome. Please kindly hit the red subscribe button and the bell notification starts to always get my next upload. For my returning subscribers, I love you so much. Thank you for always stopping by. So without wasting time, let's dive in. Before then, remember that our Wicked Mind Spirituality Global Academy is admitting new students that will champion the apostolic and prophetic move of God. It will be an awesome experience for you to come and join us, because the Bible says by the hand of prophet, God delivered the children of Israel from bondage. By the hand of prophet, he took them to their promised land. If you must access your promised land, you need high doses of spiritual knowledge, which our academy promises to offer. And beside, you need a compiled information you can actually transfer to your unborn and born generation. Knowing fully well, Bible says the good man leave inheritance to the children. The best inheritance you give them is spiritual knowledge, because spiritual rules the physical. So that having been said, can shout me WhatsApp number playing on the screen. Basically on this, as well as check the pin comment for more details as they come about. May God bless you. So without wasting time, let's dive into this video. Now the question is how to discern test or attack. Now a test builds you up, an attack drains you. Let's take for instance Job lost. That Job loss was mere test. It was a test of growth and redirection in his life. Because you notice that before he was tested, God actually posted about him before devil, when devil came to accuse Job of the fact that he's serving God just because of the things that God do for him, that God should remove it and see if he will ever serve him again, remove the hedge of protection, and God gave devil the permission to try him, but never you tamper with his soul. Likewise, some of us in the spiritual realm are not ordinary. God may have made certain boasts about us, and some spirits have accused us one way or the other that this is the reason why we stick to God, we are serving God, because He does this and do that. This is the most precious thing that this person cherishes. Remove it and let's see. So when such thing happen, it is a test and not mere demonic attack. Now, when a test is from God, it leads to your growth, because at the end you saw Job grow to another level, and because all those things was restored and his life was redirected. But when a test is an attack, it will come with constant strange fears and nightmares. For example, Job allowed God's testing, not destruction, but attack will seek to destroy you. So this is a key sign. Even in pain, there is purpose and direction. Number 2, God's test require obedience, not warfare. For example, God said forgive, but you find it hard to let go of somebody that has hurt you. Peradventure, God staged that person to hurt you at a particular moment just to try your level of forgiveness ability. That is not discernment. So now, God will lead you to humble you and test you. And in that test, you will be forced to forgive that person. Number three, test repeat itself until you learn. If the same situation keeps happening, same type of relationship, same type of financial struggle, same type of rejection pattern, it may be a lesson, not an attack. So sometimes the type of attack that is recurrent in your life will show you that this is not just about battle, it is a test that God is passing you through, and He actually wants you to pass it before you go to another level. So now, let's look at common tests that God can actually give to someone. Number one is what I call delay test. Now you are waiting for marriage proposal, job, and other types of breakthrough like financial breakthrough, visa breakthrough, and it's not coming forth. Bible said in Habakkuk 2 verse 3, though it tarries, wait for it will surely come to pass. The purpose of it might be to build your patience level and faith. At the time, Bible said we should be imitators of those through patience and tribulation obtain the promise, just like Joseph. Because Joseph, right from when he was young, he was dreaming of where the brothers and sisters bowing down before him through dreaming of a sun and the moon bowing down and the 11 stars. 11 stars represent his 11 brethren, and then the sun and the moon is actually the parents. But it didn't happen immediately. He has to pass through a lot of trials, a lot of peace, from pit to Potiphar's house, from Potiphar's house to prison, from prison to palace, and from palace he now become the prime minister. So likewise, some things that God has actually ordained for you and planned for you may tarry because God want to build your level of patience and faith, try you, and you will be able to now obtain the promise. Number two is betrayal test. Friends can just turn against you, just like Genesis 50:20 says. They may meant it for evil, but God will meant it for good. So when your relationship is cracking, your friends, your colleagues that are in good tune with you start turning against you, it might just be a test. Purpose is because God wants to test your emotional stability, and He wants to build your emotional maturity. And when you are able to withstand, forgive, and let go and move on, you have emotionally matured, and God will not allow that test to come again. Number three, financial and lack test. Sometimes God will allow you not to have any single amount, allow you to be struggling to see how you manage the situation. Because Bible made us to understand in Matthew 4 verse 4, man shall not live by bread alone. So sometimes God allow your source of livelihood to deplete in order to teach you total dependence of God, in order to teach you to understand that it's not by your smartness that you make money, it's not by your power, not by might, but it's God that showeth mercy, and that there's nothing you ever have that is not received from God. It will make you to be more obedience and allegiance to God, and give Him all the glory at all times, not thinking it's your smartness. Number four is what I call the obedience test. God give instructions that doesn't make sense sometimes. Imagine Abraham, God told him to leave his father's land to a place where He will show him. He's leaving to a place that he already have, yes, that has been built, to a city without foundation, whose maker is only God. And he was going sheepishly without knowing what he's doing. That is, God is testing his trust. Again, at the time He tested him with, kill that only son, Isaac, the promised child I've given you, as a sacrifice. And he sheepishly obeyed without any resistance and without any doubt, and because he trusts fully in God, to the extent that on the way that his son was asking him, Father, see the kind of the firewood, see everything that is needed for the sacrifice. Where is the lamb for the sacrifice? He said, God will provide, even though he knows that it was that same son that is going to be the lamb. But he has this full trust in him that God will provide. And at that appointed time, God provided. So God actually may give you a test that seems to be big, but it might be just to test your level of obedience, or a test that seems impossible. No wonder 1 Corinthians 10:13 say that God will not allow us to be tested beyond our capacity, but during the time of test, during the time of temptation, he will make ways of escape. Let's talk about spiritual works with leaves and herbs that can strengthen you during test. These are not idol worship, but symbolic acts of faith, cleansing, and alignment. Bible says the leaves of the tree are for the healing of the nation in Revelation 22 verse 2, New Testament. So you need bitter leaf, because bitter leaves, its spiritual impact is that its bitterness represents endurance and purification. And you know that Exodus 12 verse 8 say they shall eat with bitter herbs. So now when you boil and bat bitter leaf, especially in the morning when you are passing through certain tests, say, Lord, strengthen me to endure this test. My dear, you will endure and overcome, because it is going to build your inner strength and remove spiritual weaknesses. Number 2 is bay leaf. Bay leaf, its spiritual impact is that it gives victory, clarity, and divine direction. 1 Corinthians 14:13 say, God is not the author of confusion. So whatsoever test you are going to write the situation on the leaf, burn it while praying for clarity. Mental clarity, discernment increases, and God will open your eyes to understand whether the test is from him or spiritual battle, in order to give you endurance strategy to endure and be able to win. Number 3 is saint leaf, because its spiritual impact is it helps in cleansing and spiritual awareness. Where you can find it, you can use basil leaf. Because Psalm 51 verse 7 say, purge me with hyssop and I shall be clean. So you boil and use it for bathing at night for spiritual sensitivity. So you bath bitter leaf or dandelion leaf, where you can find bitter leaf, or neem leaf in the morning, bath a kind of saint leaf in the night. You will get spiritual sensitivity. It will detect if it is a test or attack, because confusion will be removed. You will be able to understand what God is telling you. Number 4 is salt and water, because it means purification and covenant. God entered covenant with some people with salt, and I see Jesus himself manifest wine with a kind of water. So now you see in 2 Kings 2:21, Elisha said, I have healed this water just with salt. So when you add salt to your bathing water, pray for alignment with God's will. Both morning, afternoon, night, anytime you are bathing, always add salt to your bath water, because it will restore spiritual balance and emotional stability, especially during this time of trial. Now, what happens if you misinterpret a test? When you see a test as a battle, instead of you seeing it as God testing you, you will fight what God sent naturally. You will delay your breakthrough. You will remain stuck in cycles. That's why discernment is very, very important. Example now, instead of learning patience, you keep doing warfare. Instead of forgiving, you keep attacking spiritually, and thereby delay your result. Because Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 say, to everything there is a season. So there is a reason for everything in your life. You know, the Bible says all things work together for good to them that love God. Now, let's talk about law of attraction, which is spiritual truth in this particular scenario. What you believe about your situation determines what manifests. If you believe everything is attack, you attract fear. But if you believe God is working through this, you attract growth. Because Proverbs 23 verse 7 say, as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. So always see diamonds and stop seeing demons. Don't always see everything as attack, because most of it might actually be God working out his purpose in your life. You have to help me and make this powerful declaration, and also comment it in the comment section down below, because there is mathematical, scientific, spiritual, and all-round proof that whatever that is written down comes to pass. Say this: Lord, give me discernment. Let me not fight what you are using to lift me. Strengthen me to pass every test assigned to my destiny. Let me say it again. Lord, give me discernment. Let me not fight what you are using to lift me. Strengthen me to pass every test assigned to my destiny. So, my dear, if this opened your eyes, you have just unlocked a mystery many never understand. So comment again in the comment section, I receive discernment. And believe me, God will give you discernment of the spirit to be able to dictate when when something happening in your life is a test or spiritual attack. And please share this video to at least 5 people. 5 is number of grace. This is May, representing the 5th month of the year. And believe me, the grace of God will help you to fight and go through every test and pass in order to get to your next level. If you have not subscribed to be part and parcel of this family, what are you waiting for? Kindly subscribe, hit the bell notification so as to always get my next upload. So with this, I say enjoy your day. Bye bye.